Alright guys, Zekman18 here. Welcome back to the WTZM TV channel in Teen Superstation. It is time for my 70th Let's Play here on my Zekman18 channel. And I thought for my 70th Let's Play I would play this game called The Novelist on the PC. It's an indie game that I found on Steam. I've heard it's gotten quite a lot of great feedback from it, so I thought I'd play it for myself and for you guys. So I heard this has got a really cool story behind it, and it's kind of your own choose your own adventure type thing. Not like the Walking Dead type way, but just kind of, you know, kind of a flashback type way, because I watched a couple trailers for this, and you're actually playing as this ghost who's kind of keeping track of these three people, this family. It's a husband, a wife, and a son, and you're kind of just learning memories about them and getting to know them. And so it sounds pretty cool. I'm really excited to play it, so let's jump into it. Stealth mode, the Kaplans will be able to see you, so stay out of sight. Or story, the Kaplans won't be able to see you, so explore freely. Let's go with story. Yes, sure. The Novelist. But yep, if you guys are excited for this Let's Play, please give this video a big thumbs up. And here we go.
This is it.
Wow, look at this place.
Still can't believe the deal we got.
Where's my room?
Right up there, buddy.
Look at the letter on the dining room table and read it by pressing space. Okay. Mr. Kaplan, welcome to your home for the summer. We're very excited to have you. This is one of our most popular properties, and I'm sure you and your family will have a memorable visit. We have you booked through August 31st. Your security deposit is cleared, and our cleaning service freshened everything up on Saturday. You can buy groceries at McClendon's in town, and if you'd like to eat dinner out, there are quite a few restaurants on Meridian Avenue, just off Fairview. If you have any questions or if you run into any trouble at all, please don't hesitate to call Pete Fuller, Henniger Rentals, Sydney Bluffs, Oregon. Cool. Look at a light fixture and press space. Whoa! You can possess any light fixture in the house by looking at it and pressing space. You can even jump from one light fixture to another in order to move through the house more quickly. Really? Whoa! That's cool. Use possession to reach the office upstairs. Where's the office? Is this the office? Oh, okay. 6 days later.
We'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Your goal in each chapter is to figure out the dilemma facing Dan and decide how he should resolve the situation. Each member of the family desires a different outcome, and it's up to you to decide which path to take. If you learn the desires of more than one character, you can uncover compromises that will help the family. That's pretty sweet. Alright. Writer's block. So yeah, I think there's like this game goes by chapters, so after a week at the house. Something. Alright, so we're in game now. This is pretty cool. The graphics the graphics look very interesting. I really like this whole light possession thing. It's really cool. Return to the office upstairs and look for a clue. Dan's journal is on the desk. Read it.
Writer's block. I can't believe I just wrote that. Writer's block. There, again. Those two words are apparently the only damn thing I can write. I don't think it's been this bad since high school. Mr. Holder's class, an essay about Faulkner. Dan Kaplan, little-known author of Tramer's Way and Windsong, has run out of steam. Closed my eyes last night and saw a literary register article about myself. That was the first line. Paul wants 3 chapters next week, and so far I've got 2,000 words so sloppy I can barely read them. I cannot blow my schedule. Paul said Grovefield's been very clear about what comes next if I keep slipping deadlines. Why did this happen as soon as we got here? This was supposed to simplify things, but so far it's been nothing but staring at a blank page. Maybe a walk will help, or a long drive, or a drink.
Each character has a number of writings or drawings to discover. You found one of Dan's. Now that you know what's troubling him, you should search the house for him to discover more about his dilemma. So he's having trouble writing this story. Oh, there he is. When you look at a character, you can press space to see what they're thinking about. If this doesn't work, just keep it together. The cloud around Dan's head indicates that he's remembering specific moments from the past. You have the ability to explore his memories to learn more about the current chapter. Approach Dan from behind and press space to enter his memory. New day, I can write my way back into this thing. Okay. Explore memories. Whoa. Now that you've entered Dan's memory, you can explore it freely. Follow the sounds to locate different moments that are on his mind. When you find a specific moment, press space to uncover more about what's troubling Dan in this chapter. You can exit Dan's memory whenever you wish and can return to it any time by approaching him from behind and pressing space. Okay. Follow the sound to discover memories.
Do you think coming here will help?
It has to.
Do you think coming here will help?
It has to.
Oh, this one down there.
Tommy rode into town with me today. He saw some kids his age playing on the swings at the park, and I could tell he wanted to go play with them. It got me thinking, did we swing the pendulum too far just to get him away from those bullies? Kids can bounce back quick sometimes. What if this is the worst thing we could have done? Then he asked how Daddy's book was going, and without even thinking, I said, great, my man. Felt awful right away. It's a white lie, sure, but why not be honest? When he was younger, he was just a bundle of physical needs, but now he's like a mental, emotional sponge. He's around Linda and me all the time, and I can see him changing every day in 1,000 small ways. That scares the hell out of me. What am I teaching him with a white lie?
So I found all those memories. You found all of the moments in this character's memory. You can come back and re-examine them at any time, or you can exit and explore other characters' memories. That is really, really cool.
Dan, we're back.
Now that Linda and Tommy are home, you should look for their clues, discover what's on their minds, and explore their memories. If you learn what all the characters want, you can earn additional opportunities to influence their story.
Having fun? Uh-huh.
Search the house for more writings and drawings. Okay. What's up, dude? Mr. and Mrs. Kaplan, I hope this reaches you before you leave for the summer. I know we went over this in my office, but I think Tommy's a wonderful child, and I'll feel better putting my recommendation in writing. Children develop at different speeds, and Tommy shows no signs of a serious learning disorder, so the most important thing is to be patient and supportive. Make sure he does his reading exercises each day in a calm, loving environment. Make sure not to show disappointment when he struggles, which he will at first. Show encouragement when he succeeds, as self-confidence is critical at this age. If he fails to make progress with the exercises I've included, you may want to take him to the local pediatrician for further recommendations. I hope this is of some help. I look forward to seeing Tommy this September. Mrs. McMillan. You can always press tab to see your progress and find out what you need to do to move forward. Okay.
Wow.
Search the house for more clues. Options. Okay. I've already adjusted those options. Okay.
Barb, how are things? Is school still taking up all your time, or is anything new going on? We've been up here for a week or so, and I can already tell it's going to be great for painting. There are hardly any distractions, and this house has a room they called the conservatory in the brochure, which really just means it has a lot of windows. Whatever they call it, it's a great space for working. The second floor blocks most of the northern light, but I'll manage. I took Tommy down to the beach today, and you should have seen how excited he was. I wish I'd brought my camera. He kept looking back up at the house like he couldn't believe it was so small from down there. He seems to have taken to this place really well so far, which is such a load off our minds. We didn't know what to expect, but so far, so good. Anyway, let me know how things are going. Yours, Linda.
So these notes are just kind of clues to different things.
Hey, bud.
This is so cool. Racing Roger. What's up, dude? Maybe we can play later. Oh, so his dad's not playing with him as much. Picture of him and his dad.
Are there any other kids?
We'll have to find out.
You've discovered enough about this character to find out how they want to resolve this chapter. Read their thoughts to learn how you can help them. Me and Daddy can play Racing Roger. To choose this character's outcome, find the object in blue text and select it. This is the box. Selecting Racing Roger will choose Tommy's resolution for this chapter. Dan and Linda will be disappointed. However, if you've discovered Dan or Linda's desired outcome, you'll be able to find a compromise with one of them in the next chapter. That is so cool!
Yes!
That is really, really cool. I've never seen a game like that. Some wine bottle. Just have to focus on leaving all of that back home. So where's Linda?
Hey, how's it going?
There she is.
You know,
So wrapped up in his book.
I think we've done a good job of putting on happy faces for Tommy. If he knows there's something wrong, he's not showing it. We told him this is just a fun family vacation, and he seems to like it here so far. But this might be it for Dan and me. Neither one of us has said the word yet, but I know it's right there under the surface. We've been dancing around it. I can't even bring myself to write the word here. Writing it would be almost as bad as saying it, because once it's there, it becomes real, a thing we have to deal with. I'm not ready for that yet. We agreed to make this a fresh start. I meant it, I think he did too. Now we just have to treat each day like a new beginning.
Your progress is saved automatically. You can quit the game at any time and your progress will be automatically restored the next time you play. Okay.
me too.
I promise.
Me too. Me too.
Hey,
So
Mommy.
much time.
Hey, Pumpkin.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, bud.
Where are you going? Okay.
Paul, good to hear from you. Listen, things are taking a little longer than expected. I feel good about this one, but I haven't quite brought some of the threads together. It's just an execution hiccup, not a lack of ideas. This is the most complicated book I've ever tried to write, and Let's just say I have a newfound respect for guys like Dickens and Joyce who can juggle 10 threads at once without getting lost. I'm figuring some of this stuff out the hard way, I guess you could say. Anyway, the outline I sent you is still good. Those are still the beats. Those are still the themes I plan to explore. I'll keep you posted. Dan.
Hey, Mommy.
Hey, Pumpkin.
Read Dan's thoughts to see what he wants. Where is he? His notebook.
Writer's block.
His notebook? Where's his notebook?
How's my little man? Paul. Good.
Hey, Mommy. Hey, honey.
It's such a crazy thought, the three of us all alone in this house all summer. I never thought we could afford a place like this, but the price surprised us both when we saw it. I wonder if there's something wrong with it. Maybe it has a raccoon problem or a toilet that backs up. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Oh, and I'm painting again. I got set up today. I felt a buzz right away. So much time to work. I haven't had a space like this in forever, probably since I left the studio. I went straight into a new piece today, got lost, looked up to see it was 2 hours later. I think this new one has promise, though I still have some rust to shake off. Speaking of which, I'm going to go check on Dan and see if his new office is doing anything for him. He's pretty frustrated, but he has to figure something out soon, or this place won't be any different than home.
Where's Linda?
That might work.
So here's the wine bottle. Selecting the wine will choose Linda's resolution. Huh. Well, the dad seems to be in a little bit more trouble. But I'm not sure. First of all, we need to find his notebook, but I'm not sure where it is. I would think it's in his office, but I didn't see anything in there that...
Writer's block.
Hey, honey, what you doing?
I can't seem to find his notebook.
Hi, Mom. I got it. Hey, Mom. Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Want to grab a bite later?
Yeah, you can do that.
Bars.
Oh, here's the notebook. Alright, so I think I'm gonna choose Dan's outcome. He seems to be in the most trouble right now. The Kaplans are asleep. Explore the house for clues about its past. Then whisper your decision to Dan. Okay. By learning the desires of more than one character, you've earned the ability to find a compromise with one family. We didn't see the previous chapter. From the desk of Harold Baxter, January 15th, 1948. Mr. Lowry finally gave in and agreed to let me inspect the house. I believe he simply grew tired of hearing me ask, although I think deep down he knows I'm correct. A property like this simply doesn't change hands every year or two without a reason. I noticed the pattern when I was cleaning out old files and this house kept coming up. It's changed owners 7 times in the last 13 years. I began digging and not a single one of the sales was financially motivated. People just seem to keep deciding that they'd rather live somewhere else, which doesn't add up in my mind. The view is striking. The isolation and privacy alone make it a great property. The remoteness can't be an issue. Certainly no one who can afford this kind of home needs to work for money. It's a mystery, but that's why I'm here. Find arrowheads. From the desk of Harold Baxter, January 16th, 1948. Standing in the kitchen, drinking coffee and admiring the view, I simply don't understand it. Who wouldn't want to see this every morning? That appears to be the great question of 451 Timberline Road. I slept very well last night. It's a good thing the previous owners left the house furnished. It was just about as quiet as anywhere I've ever been. The only sounds today are the ocean and a few birds. After I finished breakfast, I plan to begin my inspection. Later, I was inspecting the upstairs walkway to make sure the railing was sturdy when I saw something odd downstairs. I'm not certain I can describe what it was, and I've already talked myself halfway out of thinking it was anything at all. It was probably just a trick of the light coming through those big windows. Let me see what happens if I try to pick the Racing Roger one. Oh, okay, so I can pick, so I picked that one too. Okay. Let's just do one more quick scan through the house and then we'll whisper our decision to Dan. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything else. Alright. Let's whisper our decision. It came to Dan in a flash. He'd written down an idea in an old notebook before coming to the house. It had somehow fallen beside the desk in the bedroom, and though he had no clue what gave him the idea to check there, he found it just the same. Instead of relaxing with Linda or playing with Tommy, he sat down at his typewriter and wrote for hours. It gave him hope that the change in scenery was working. Dan knew it was important to start the summer off on a good foot with Tommy, but he couldn't find time to play as long as Tommy wanted. He knocked off early enough to sneak in 2 games, and he made sure to let Tommy win both, but his son was disappointed that they hadn't had more time together. Linda was upset that Dan wouldn't take even a single night off so they could catch up on things and spend time together. She spent the evening reading alone on the couch and drinking the bottle of wine herself, and she spent the next morning trying to deal with the hangover. That's not good for her. Lots of alternate decisions you can do. It's crazy. Alright, so I think that was probably the first chapter. Full House. A friend of Dan's was coming to visit.
I just don't.
Alright, so I think we will save and quit. Let me see what happens with that, so I'll be right back. Alright, so yeah, just exited the game, so now that was the end of the first chapter, which was called Writer's Block. So I'm not sure how many chapters are. I'll look up how many chapters there are, and maybe we can try to get this done by the end of this month. So, but that's going to do it, guys, for Chapter 1, aka Part 1 of our Let's Play of the Novelist. So we can click on here with the story so far. When the Kaplans arrived and Dan was struggling with the writer's block, he found his notebook and wrote all night, but still found time for 2 games of Race and Roger. When Linda, Tommy, and surprise visitors the same weekend that Dan's friend was visiting. So I guess that's what we'll find out in the next part. So really, really awesome game. This is really, really cool. So I can't wait to keep playing it and see what happens next. So thanks for watching, everybody. Part 1 of our Let's Play of the Novelist. If you guys are liking this Let's Play so far, please give this video a big thumbs up. It helps out a lot. Also, subscribe to me on YouTube if you haven't yet. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Add me on Google+. And follow me on MIIVERSE as well. And that's going to do it, guys. I'm Zachman18. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video, coming soon. Peace out.